Despite watching 4 episodes this week, the story was fast-paced. After touching base with the Straw Hats spread across Dressrosa, we quickly return to the Corrida Colosseum, where the scene is unfolding by the minute. Like many others, Don Chinzhao sees through Luffy's disguise and recognizes him as Garp's grandson, vowing to take revenge against Garp's bloodline for almost killing him decades ago. Naturally, this tips off Cavendish, who's willing to risk his tournament chances to exact his revenge. Now hiding from 2 people who want him dead, Luffy hangs out ringside as the battle for B Block is about to begin. 137 men start duking it out for their chances to win the Meta Meta no Mi, with a handful of them standing out. Amongst the gladiators, we have the hometown favorite Bellamy, who's fighting for a seat at the Doflamingo family table. We have King Elizabello II, who's warming up to clean house with the legendary King Punch, along with his advisor Dagama, who's enlisted the support of other combatants in order to achieve success for the Prudence Kingdom. Lastly, we have the number 1 voted most annoying most annoying pirate who should just go away, but Bartolomeo the Cannibal. I swear I'm okay.
An ambulance?
I think you should, actually. I think there's blood coming out of my nose. But we're going to finish strong. After a long battle with lots of twists and turns, just like my brain, we enter the final scene as King Elizabeth II has finished his warm-up and lets loose the King Punch, a blow so powerful that it could tear down a fort. Having seemingly blown away the remaining competitors, King Elizabello raises his hand in victory. But when the dust settles, we see Bartolomeo standing in the ring, completely unscathed. The biggest turn comes about when Barto reveals his impressive barrier fruit and knocks out King Elizabello, crowning himself the winner of B Block. That is the end of the summary. I'm going to go get a CAT scan.
Yeah, this is a solo cast now. I'm solo casting this One Piece episode set.
I can't wait to hear that in like a couple weeks and just hear how bad that is.
Nah, it was fine.
Right.
You finished mildly strong.
I think I could just say I finished. I don't know about strong. Strong feels like a overstatement. I got to the finish line, and that's what counts.
That's why I caveated it with mildly.
Mildly feels too strong.
Damn. You must not do well with Taco Bell sauce then.
No, not at all. Mostly because I don't eat Taco Bell. Fuck Taco Bell.
Bow out at the
unless Taco Bell wants to sponsor this podcast,
you.
in which case I am all in on the Crunchwrap Supreme.
This episode brought to you by the Mexican Pizza. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
So how do you feel this week? We did watch 4 episodes. Did that feel a bit much for you, or how are you feeling?
I feel okay. These episodes were fine.
Mm-hmm.
These episodes were fine. There was not a whole lot. There was stuff that happened, but 90% of it was just the fight in B Block, which is fine. I'm down for fighting. That's okay. A lot of it was silly, I guess is what I'll say. But at the end of the day, at least it was over in a couple of episodes. I think I guess four episodes. It started in 6:35 and ended in 6:38. But yeah, at least it didn't drag. I bet if Devin was here, he'd have thought it dragged, but whatever. Screw that guy. Am I right?
Absolutely.
If he's going to hate something, he's got to be here to defend his opinion.
Facts.
Yeah, I don't know. It was fine. I will say the beginning of the episode, 6:35, I was extremely worried because they started flashing between all of the different storylines happening right now, and I'm getting Punk Hazard flashbacks because I did not like all of the branching storylines of Punk Hazard either, and this one set up, and they even counted it out. I think it was 6-7 scenes they called it.
At least 5.
There was at least 5. I want to say there were 6. But the most interesting thing to come out of it was the appearance of a couple of CP0 goons when we catch up with the Caesar handover squad, which is made up of Robin, Law, and Usopp, as well as Caesar, of course. So that was a cool tease, but otherwise, it was B Block fight, and B Block fight was, it was nice. It was basically just you sitting there wondering who was going to come out on top at the end of the day, because Cavendish highlights all of the people that were most likely to win, in his opinion, or the general public's opinion. And I'm not going to lie, he did that whole thing, and instantly in my head, I went, oh, so none of them are going to win. Because that would be like the funny thing to do is, okay, we've highlighted all these characters as favorites to win. So now someone's going to come out of left fucking field and just blow them all out of the water and we'll win. That didn't happen, of course. We ended up with a victor from that group by the name of Bartolomeo, the most hated pirate in these neck of the waters, at least. I don't know if this was... They mentioned how he's the most annoying pirate who should just go away, which sounds just like a high school yearbook moniker that the yearbook committee would vote on or would propose and the entire student body would just vote on. It just sounds so dumb. The most annoying pirate.
You think the newspaper was like running an ad? They were like, hey, write into the World Economic News at insert PO box here and tell us who you would vote for the most annoying pirate. Here are your options.
If this did come from the news, I can assure you Absalom had nothing to do with it. My man Absalom would have much more intelligent things to say than calling some Bartolomeo the most annoying pirate who should just go away.
I don't know. He seems like a menace, you know? Like sure, he's annoying because he's just kind of like a dickhead. But he's like, you know, he's attacked civilians. He's, what do they say were his accomplishments, if you will?
I have a couple of them here, I think.
Oh,
Actually, this is kind of biting into a quote of mine because the announcer guy goes through a list of things, the last of which is his "you should just go away" title. But he specifically mentions that he roasted some. That's a autocorrect. My notes say he roasted some pages on a skewer. That's not right. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say people or pirates. One of those is right. He roasted some people on a skewer and shared the video.
That one took me out a little bit. I'm like, we got YouTube out in the One Piece world?
No, we got Live Leak. And
we got World Star.
He bombed some innocent civilians was the other thing that they said.
Mm-hmm.
And also his moniker is the Cannibal. So not only did he skewer these people, he also put them over a fire, roasted them, and
presumably ate them.
And then ate them. Yeah, that wasn't in the video, but when his name is Bartolomeo the Cannibal, you can kind of make your own assumption at that point that they're probably been eaten.
These are all allegations that we cannot technically prove, but, you know, it's One Piece.
It's on video. I don't think they have editing softwares like that in this time period, but maybe I'm the crazy one.
Bro, I'm still in shock that we have fucking One Piece World Star. I would not be surprised we had editing software for snails too, all right?
I don't know, man. But yeah, so Bartolomeo is this guy, real piece of work. Before this, he runs the fade with a Vice Admiral, a Red Cap, or whatever that guy's name was.
His name was Maynard, his actual name, I believe.
Okay.
They called him like Cap. His alias for the fight or the B block was like Capman or something like that.
Capman. Yeah, because he wears a red cap.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Anyway, that Marine guy just finished knocking the teeth out of one of Bartolomeo's people. Bartolomeo found him and then proceeded to do the same thing to the Marine guy with very little trouble, as it would turn out.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got in the ring and proceeded to disrespect fucking everybody.
How do you feel about Barto? Because I kind of like him. He's a vibe.
See, I can see, I don't mind him either. I think he provides right now a kind of much needed person to dislike because they're made to be disliked. Just someone with a polarizing personality, because so far in Dressrosa, nothing has happened really of note. So to have somebody pop up who's going to be like, okay, well, this person is probably going to be a mainstay at the very least for a little while, and they kind of have a good enough personality to match that. I can see why you especially, and maybe tell me if I'm wrong, but you especially would love this, because you're a wrestling fan, and this guy makes an absolutely amazing foil.
You know,
This
I
guy
wasn't even
is the
thinking
foil
about
to
that.
rule all foils.
I was not thinking about that, but that's a fair assessment of me. I think for me is that he doesn't want respect from any of these shitty people. And I can respect that. He's like, look at all you fucking gruntlings in the crowd, booing and cheering over these people risking their lives for your entertainment. You all make me sick. Hatui. Fucking, he does not give a shit about any social conventions or whatever's going on. He's like, I'm here for the fruit. Fuck everybody in this arena. You're all scum. And I vibe with that.
Yeah, this very much reminds me of a line from Rick and Morty that I love to quote all the time when people tell me my opinions are garbage. And it goes, your boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer.
Amen.
It fits. The whole time Bartolomeo is literally telling the crowd to go to hell. I'm like, that's him. He is embodying Rick right now. That is Rick energy.
I love it. Before we
So it was good.
Continue through B block, I guess we just quickly go through the other scenes. Not a whole lot has happened in terms of depth of these other storylines happening. So you mentioned before we have the Caesar squad. They're kind of camping out on at a cafe in front of the bridge that links Greenbit to Dressrosa. They talk to their waiter or whatever, and he mentions that the bridge has not been used in 2,000 years, which feels a little wild.
200.
But no one uses the bridge.
200.
Oh, it was 200. I read 2000. Either way, it's a long
it was
time.
200.
Because apparently some fighting fish have invaded that neck of the woods, and I guess they just
the little fighting fish, mind you. The ones
fish.
that are side of semi trailers.
yeah.
Little.
I guess they not only attack the bridge that is completely made of steel, but I guess they also attack people who walk over. I don't know, but that's the story. No one walks through Greenbit anymore. And boats. You can't take your boat over there. It's getting chomp like piranhas. And that's also where we encounter CP0. Robin is especially very afraid for good reason. So yeah, I wanted to ask, we have a lot of government presence going on the island, and I'm curious if you have any thoughts on, like, is there something else going down behind the scenes that you have some speculations about?
Well, specifically at the Colosseum, it seems to be the case that they might just be trying to take down what's happening there. Like, the world government might find it unethical to just have people fighting to the death for the amusement of others. And now that Doflamingo isn't a warlord, they have the jurisdiction to just go there and kind of do what they want. Now, they are still going about it in a covert fashion, so they still fear retaliation from the Don Quixote family. Otherwise, they'd have just stormed in there and started arresting people. But with the fact that there's a whole admiral here, it may just be the case that they are trying to get Doflamingo himself because, again, no warlord title, no immunity, no diplomatic immunity anymore. But they also make their way to Greenbit. So it seems logical that maybe they're also after the Smile Factory. Because, again, I'm some broken record here, not a warlord anymore. So they can kind of just go there and commandeer anything. And they probably know about this black market devil fruit factory thing, or that it happens. Maybe they didn't necessarily know where at some point, but now they do, and they can act on it because they can just walk all over that territory now.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Gotcha. Okay. Like it. Love it. So I think that's basically everything with the whole Greenbit thing. We got CP0 stuff. I think CP0 showing up is a dark omen of things to come. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but it can't be good. Hopefully Robin stays safe, because, last time any CP showed up, things did not end up very well.
If Robin's worried, I'm worried.
Facts. Moving on to some other scenes. Kinemon eventually gets cornered by some Don Quixote Doflamingo goons. He squares up, but they inform him that they do actually have... I don't know if they say they have Conjuro in custody or they just know where he is.
No, they say they have him.
Okay, so they have him in custody.
I don't think they do, but they say they have him.
True. So either way, Kinemon surrenders himself, more or less, because he's just trying to get to his homeboy. And then besides that, we have Sanji still in love living his best life, escorting Violet to wherever they're going.
Detecting snipers from like 16.2 meters away.
Bro.
Or whatever number he threw out.
The quote exactly which I wrote down was, after he observation hockeys, I assume, some dude lining up a shot, in a frame, he has jumped more than halfway to that fucking sniper's nest.
He's in that guy's throat.
He's in that guy's throat, kicks him off the roof, fucking gently lands back down in front of Violet. And she's like, wow, that was so amazing. And he's like, no, anybody can detect a sniper at 16 meters above the ground.
Yeah. Casually, anybody can do that.
Anybody can do that. Just gotta, open your third eye or whatever. So that was pretty cool of him. Still waiting for that plot line to finish or pay off. I don't know.
Yeah, still waiting for the other shoe to drop on whatever that is.
I hope Sanji and Violet live a happy, long life together. That's what I hope.
Yeah, they won't though.
You don't know that. Maybe we should join the Sunny.
That'd be wild.
A boy can dream. And then Zoro manages to finally catch his sword Shusui and seemingly also catches the fairy, quote unquote, that has stolen it. We don't get any visual confirmation, but Zoro sees something and he's very shocked at what he sees. And maybe we'll figure out what that is next week or something.
Hopefully.
And I think that's majority of the side plots going on. Besides whatever's happening in the Colosseum, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, there's also Frankie with the little soldier, with the one-legged soldier. Because at this point, Frankie, I think they go to like sit in the stands for a while, but Frankie has been making a big hee-haw about going and destroying the factory and knocking over the Don Quixote family, and he's doing it in a very public setting. So the one-legged lightning soldier has to be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Shut up. People love those guys here. What are you talking? That's heresy. You get hanged for that here.
You see the crowd just turning at him. It's like, who the fuck is this asshole?
Like the entire crowd around them is like, who the fuck? And so there's that whole thing but it turns out that the lightning soldier is on the same page as Frankie. He has a whole group of people that have been working behind the scenes to also try and take down the Don Quixote family. They just don't have the means like Frankie and the Straw Hats do. They're not as powerful as them.
He also makes the caveat of the additional goal that he doesn't want to lose sight of is, I also want to save the employees there, whoever they are.
Yes, which is the main reason that it's been taking them so long, because they can't figure out a good way to keep the employees safe while also destroying the Smile Factory. Mm-hmm. So if Frankie just goes there and just goes, hardy-der, I beat cola beam, and just blows up the factory, all of the people die inside. And at no point did anyone stop to consider that, probably because they're just taking law at face value right now. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that law was willing to bother getting all of those people out, to be honest with you. I think he just wanted to blow the factory
casualties are necessary, all right? A couple hundred for the greater good, totally worth.
That is entirely what I'm pretty sure Law's idea was, because otherwise, if he had a conscience in that regard, we probably would have heard about it. So at some point in the future, we're probably going to get some confrontational scene between like Frankie and any other Straw Hats that Frankie tells about this, and Law about the workers before we actually try and enact any plan. So that's the only other majorly involved side plot right now, because everything else is just kind of like oh yeah, it's happening, whatever.
Gotcha. All right, so we go back to the Colosseum. We're starting B block. How do you feel about the scene with Don Chinzhou, Cavendish, and Luffy? Did you enjoy that? How do you feel about some guy getting his shit rocked by Garp decades ago, and now he's taking revenge against his whole bloodline?
I love that this just giant, jacked old man is really annoyed at Garp for 30 years ago, giving him the Iron Giant dent in his head. And now he is out to enact revenge on the entire bloodline. I can see the vision now, because it's on the top of this guy's head, Don Chinzhou, And he clearly prefers fighting with his head for some reason. He literally throws himself like a spear at things.
He's a big headbutt guy.
He's a big headbutt guy, although he starts throwing some punches. He has that moment that anime characters do, like when their first fighting style doesn't work out, the one where they're reserving themselves, and he realizes that he's not going to be able to take out these two youngsters with just headbutts, and he starts throwing fists.
Mm-hmm.
So he does that, and all the while, I don't know. It was a bit funny when he walks up like a typical old man style, although he's like 12 feet tall, but he's still kind of hunched over, and he's like, "So, Luffy, how's Garp doing?" And Cavendish looks at Luffy. Well, actually, Luffy responds first with something along the lines of, "Oh, you know Grandpa?"
Yeah.
And Cavendish looks over in disbelief because Straw Hat Luffy's been standing next to him the entire time with a horrible cover name like Lucy, with a shitty rat beard on his face to cover himself up, and he's feeling dumb because one of his targets has just been standing there the entire time. Luffy realizes what's just occurred, and he turns back to Cavendish and goes several times over the course of this. My name is my name's Lucy.
But then Don Chicho will say something else, and he'll respond back as Luffy, giving himself away again. And he's like, "Wait, no, bro! I swear to God, I'm Lucy, bro. I've never heard of Luffy." I'm telling
you, bro. My name's Lucy. I don't know who this Luffy guy is. And then Don Shinjao will be like, "I'm gonna kill you now." And Luffy will respond with, "Hey, that sounds like a you and my grandpa problem. Can we just not? By the way, Cavendish, I don't know who Garp is. That name means nothing to me. I'm Lucy, bro." And then finally, Cavendish is not willing to take Luffy's shit anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But Don Chinjiao wants the smoke first, and so they both have to fight Don Chinjiao now, because Cavendish is like, "No, this is my target. I'm killing him first." And so Don Chinjiao is like, "All right, well, you got to get through me to kill him first." And then Luffy takes that opportunity to kind of just fuck off, and they don't realize it until the guard comes and is like, "Hey, are you youngsters fighting over there? We're gonna disqualify you if you're fighting outside the ring." And in that moment, Luffy takes the opportunity to fuck off, which is just jumping over the windowsill and holding onto the ledge, like true assassin style. And what's his name? Chinjiao's son. Well, they were sons or his grandsons. I don't remember anymore.
His grandsons.
His grandsons come and hold him back so that he doesn't get disqualified, because they're in the same block anyway. So he can just kill Luffy then instead.
Mm-hmm,
and Cavendish runs off because he thinks Luffy retreated further into the arena, which is hilarious because I don't remember if Cavendish is in the same block as them also anymore. Maybe I'll consult my picture
I actually
here.
don't know. I don't know if did Cavendish reveal his block? I don't remember.
I don't know that Cavendish revealed his own block, but I'm pretty sure I remember him being on the poster that you can see behind the Lightning Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
However, I can no longer find my picture that I had. It's just lost to the ether now, I guess. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Cavendish is on that poster. I just don't know what happened to it.
Fair enough. Speaking of Cavendish real quick, I know he gives off like big Prince Charming vibes, and I haven't dug too deep into him yet, just because I want to let his character flesh out a little bit more. But he pulls out his sword, and he calls it Durandal. And for anyone who's just knowledgeable of things, Durandal is a legendary sword in, I guess, like pop literature. I did a quick Google search because I was like, where is it from exactly? I'm pretty sure Durandal is relevant to like Arthurian mythos, but I cannot confirm that, so don't quote me on it. But my quick Google search here says Durandal is a legendary sword belonging to the French hero Roland, who was apparently a paladin. And I can't help but think that Roland sounds really similar to Nolan, and I'm wondering if there's a connection there.
Oh, I feel like that might just be a coincidence, but that would be fun.
Could be not. Who knows? Maybe we'll figure it out sometime down the road. But that was just my quick little thing I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, I think that's it. So. But is Durandal? Because I also wrote this down. This is a named sword. Is it one of the 12 like most badass swords, or is it in a subcategory?
I looked it up real quick. It's in a subcategory. It's It's a named blade. The wiki recognizes it as of significant importance, but it's not like given an official rank, so they don't know if it's like of the 12 super duper supreme grade or the 21 great grade and blah blah blah, whatever is below that. They just have it in the same wiki page of like, this is an important sword. We don't know where it is on the tier list yet, but it's there, you know?
I see. That's kind of lame.
There's a lot of those swords and weapons, unfortunately. They're given a name and they're like, it's important. We just can't tell you how important because we haven't figured it out yet, if ever.
This will be important. I'll rank this one in about 200 episodes. Don't rush me.
Yeah. Don't rush the process.
You can't rush perfection, all right? Look how long it took me to pay off that stupid whale from the beginning of the show.
And he still hasn't exactly finished it, I think. There's so much more he could do.
My boy Laboon. I know. We can still definitely actually pay off Laboon. But
if One Piece ends and Brook doesn't get to meet Laboon again...
criminal.
Criminal.
Absolutely criminal.
Throw the whole series away, honestly.
Yeah, garbage. Garbage series. And the Dugongs. If we don't meet the Dugongs again in like an official capacity, like we got the one, but that was in a movie. Was that in a movie?
It was we got
all blurred now.
We got Alabasta.
That was the filler. That was the filler
thing.
Arc
with the log in a collar.
Yeah. So it doesn't count. So if we gotta officially meet the Dugongs again in canon, otherwise this show is worth literally $0. But So going to the actual fight, I just want to say that my man Hack got
done super dirty.
He got the minority treatment.
He got the
minority treatment in this. And I am so upset because Hack was turning into... I was rooting for Hack, man. I'm not going to lie to you. Underdog Hack was in there, one-tapping people left and right. Now, of course, they were nobodies. And so when they finally decide to give Hack somebody worth fighting, they put him up against the guy who's basically a hard counter to him.
Mm-hmm.
And man, he just it's so sad. He gets his wrist broken and then he gets yeeted, and it was so hard to watch.
Criminal.
I couldn't believe they were doing my man Hack so dirty.
Part of the absolute criminal treatment of Hack, he's a fisherman. He is surrounded by plenty of water, and they just nerf him by not letting him use it, bro. Criminal.
Exactly.
Hack 100% solos this entire fucking arena if they let him. My man got like
I need
opposite of plot
Hack.
armor. He got plot sabotage. I don't know.
I think Hack definitely gives Bellamy the hand too. Literally the only person he couldn't beat there was Bartolomeo, and they have him fight Bartolomeo first of all of them. Criminal. And it's so upsetting.
Anyone else in the of the named characters stick out to you by any chance?
I kind of liked the long leg guy.
Long foot, somehow different. Also, his feet look totally normal.
Oh, right. It was long foot. Yeah. Not their feet, maybe slightly above average, but legs were definitely twice the length. So wait, are there long legs and long feet?
That's my understanding.
Oh, weird. Because that guy
feel like it's a strange distinction to make it
twice as long as a normal person.
Make them two different tribes entirely. You know what I mean? I'm thinking it's a different tribe. Actually, hold on. I'm looking at the wiki. I'm feeling like this is a mistranslation. Okay, so Long Feet Tribe is the Funimation translation of Long Leg Tribe. So yeah, it's the same tribe. I'm upset.
Okay.
God damn you, Funimation.
Yeah, this makes more sense because they definitely have legs that are like double.
My dude is
at worst 50% longer.
50% just quads.
Yeah.
Insane.
Anyway, Blue Gilly was kind of fun to watch. Who does he fight for? Oh, he fights Robin. Was that his name? Was that the mysterious
fucking Ricky? Yeah, that was his name, Ricky.
Ricky. Okay. Yeah, I knew it couldn't have been Robin. Yeah, so there was the mysterious masked gladiator guy who we get like a bottom quarter face reveal, and clearly this person is kind of older and grizzled as we see a fairly familiar set of gray facial hair on this downed warrior. Now, I'm just going to say it looks like, based on the facial hair, that it would be Garp under there.
I was wondering where you were going with this. I'm like, what the fuck are you on about?
It looks like we're supposed to be led to believe that Garp is this gladiator named Ricky.
Interesting.
But I also the voice didn't match, I don't think. I mean, it's been kind of a while since I've heard Garp's voice, I guess. So maybe I'm out of touch with what it really sounds like. His sub actor, the Japanese voice actor, really sounds like. But I don't remember that being Garp's voice. And also, why would Garp be there?
Listen, I'm letting you cook all on your own, man. This is completely out of left field. I got nothing to touch on this one.
Really? Are you saying? I mean, I guess you might know who Ricky actually is, but are you saying when you first watched this, you didn't think it was Garp?
About nothing. I ain't saying nothing. My lips are sealed. I'm let you cook in the corner, bro.
Whatever, dog.
Anyway, fun little fact. Blue Gilly, his birthday is November 27th, which is the same birthday as Bruce Lee, who personally I felt and saw like a very clear parallel with Bruce Lee's character, particularly with just like his movements, maybe even martial arts style, and just like Bruce Lee was very famous in his kung fu movies for, doing the hi-ya, vocals or whatever you want to call them, catchphrases, if even that. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, you can see the visual influence a little bit with mostly the haircut, I guess.
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of not, other than the open shirt, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember Bruce Lee going around in underwear though, and like shin guards. I think Blue Gilly was wearing like shin guards or something, or knee pads.
They might technically be shin guards, but given his proportions, they were just knee pads.
Yeah, I think they were like knee pads or knee braces. I think I remember. It's been I watched the episodes a couple of days ago, so the minor details are a little fuzzier, but yeah. So I don't know. Blue Gilly was kind of cool. I agree with everybody else though that this turtle strategy that Dogma has cooked up for Elizabeth and the King Punch, very lame, super unsportsmanlike. Fuck those very guys. Cringe. They can rot. Super cringe. Super cringe.
Imagine your like hometown hero, your king is powerful, but he's got one shot and that's it. Then he's fucking done for. How fucking lame is that?
And he's got to charge it for an hour. He has to shadow box and warm up for an hour before he can use it. And then
how do you just not use all your energy in an hour? Like what? Like surely you could just throw a normal fucking punch and probably do as much work.
Well, it's like that. Whatever you were talking about when we were talking about engineering. That Chinese guy who you said you shake your hand a little bit, store up the potential energy. That's what he did.
He's working that for an hour. You're totally right. I completely missed this
that
theme.
Stuff.
My bad.
Yeah. He was doing a bit of that. Man, now I referenced the stupid shit we talked about at the beginning. Now it can't be cut.
Dylan, you can't cut it now.
Dylan's not listening. Dylan's not listening. It was never going to get cut. Who am I kidding? Yeah. Fuck these guys. I mean, the whole like double triple crossing scenario is a moot point. With a character like Dogma, you just kind of expect something like that. And so did Blue Gilly, which was great to just have him punt Dogma off fucking platform. Fuck
that guy.
Little weasel looking ass. And naked mole rat head ass. And then it was about the only thing Bartolomeo did good that whole time was live long enough to just deck.
You didn't have to try. No one was fucking with him, which the crowd points out immediately. They're like, why is no one hitting this guy? Fuck him in particular. And even I was wondering, we didn't even mention it earlier either when we were talking about how Hack went up against him. My man is pissing off the side of the platform into the water when Hack goes up to fight him. And so not only, Hack, an honorable guy, but because Bartolomeo being such an asshole about this whole thing, he goes, you'll have to excuse me. I'm going to punch you in the back now, even though you have no way of fighting back because you're just kind of a piece of shit. So I'm going to do this because fuck you. And then he goes to punch him and Bartolomeo's got this stupid broken ass barrier fruit. So he can't be touched by someone who isn't going to use any special powers like Hack isn't going to. So my man doesn't even interrupt his piss. Doesn't have to cut off the flow. He just keeps going, throws up a mirror barrier behind him, hits him with that mirror force, and Hack goes down. And it's so sad. It is very sad. Hot take here for me that I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for. I love and respect Hack as a character here. However, if I'm Bartolomeo and I just got done watching Hack break his fist on my shield, as I'm trying to take a piss. If I have anything left in the tank, I'm swinging around and pissing on Hack.
Oh my God, dude. What is wrong with you?
I'm just saying it feels like in character for Barto. And honestly, if he did it, I would kind of like it. I'd be a little mad because Hack doesn't deserve that. But like, I love the polarizing everything about him. I am loving it.
Yeah, but he didn't do that. And you're the one proposing that, which makes you a worse person. You are worse than Bartolomeo.
Only by like a single degree. Listen, it was an idea, all right? Clearly, Oda knows what he's doing. I don't. Don't sweat it, all right?
I mean, in a different manga with a more adult rating, I think that is absolutely what happens instead. But we get Bartolomeo just continuing his piss like normal, and because this is shonen this is young boys anime manga, not adult boys anime manga. So you're just gonna have to write your own manga and have it work out that way instead.
We'll get started on that. I wanted to ask a quick question. So we are reminded or introduced to the idea that there are fighting fish in the pool surrounding the platform in the Colosseum. And I couldn't help but think to myself, do you think the fish know that like Barto's just peeing in their home and like they can like sense it or whatever, like it disturbs them? Like, you think they're mad about it?
Maybe. I mean, I would be if I found out somebody was just pissing. Like if I came home one day and found out somebody just pissed all over my bed. I know I'd be pissed.
I don't know why that was a thought that was just lingering in my mind when I was thinking about it. It's like, yo, they're fighting fish in there. You think they know? Think they know what's going on? And they're like,
I think they know.
Damn, hate to see it. Poor
I think
fish.
they know. They want to, maybe Hack was like a long lost grand uncle to them or something too, They're gonna hopefully get revenge, use Bartolomeo like a chew toy one of these episodes.
Bro, Hack got nerfed for no fucking reason. He could have literally thrown water at people. He could have literally just drowned all of them. He can probably talk to the fighting fish and probably could have gone to cahoots with them. Like, Oda just let Hack loose. Hack 100% clears his fucking B block.
This is what I'm saying. He didn't deserve this smoke. He got this. He got the super fucking minority treatment. They went, oh, oppressed race in this universe. You're getting knocked out in the most disrespectful way I can think of. That isn't going to get me canceled.
Hit us with the one for diversity, and I hate it.
The worst.
Fuck you, Oda.
I gotta ask. I gotta ask you because Bellamy's in this block, and we get a minor sob story for him about how this is his big break. If he wins this whole tournament, he'll get a chance to be a higher up in the Don Quixote family. So that immediately sets off red flags in my head personally.
Oh,
that again, he's totally not winning any of this. The same way Cavendish saying all of these people were the favorites set off the red flag. All right, none of them are going to win. That obviously turned out to be not true. But in this case, in the case of Bellamy, it turned out to be true. So I'm 1 for 2. I'm 50-50 right now. I'm batting 500 on this one on the red flag-o-meter. Bellamy definitely doesn't. It seems like maybe he's about to, because he kind of starts giving Bartolomeo a run for his money. At some point, he actually lands a punch on him somehow.
When
Don't
he
know how that
grabbed
happened.
His coat, I wasn't paying attention for like 60 seconds or something. So when I see him grab his coat, I'm like, I'm sorry, you could touch him? What happened?
Yeah, that's what it was. Whether he hit him or just grabbed his collar or whatever it was, he got a hand on. I was like, bitch, how?
That's what I said.
What are you talking about? And then this is, of course, the moment that Elisabello takes to blow everybody out of the water, or into the water, rather. So, and then Bellamy is knocked off the stage and everyone's audibly gasping, thinking that Elisabella won. And it turns out that Bartolomeo is just standing on the other side. Ha ha ha, fuck you.
And then literally mirror forces him off the fucking, not even off. He just knocks him out with it. Insane.
Yeah. So that was the thing. But yeah, I basically at no point did I think Bellamy was going to make it out of this group stage.
Damn,
I didn't know who was going to take him down, but I did not think at any point that Bellamy was going to make it. Did you at any point ever think that Bellamy was making it out of this group stage?
Probably when I first watched it, I probably assumed it was Bellamy just because like he was the only character familiar to me. Obviously did not see the whole Barto plot twist coming. I was like, oh, it's Bellamy. Like for like storytelling purposes, it would be super cool for like Luffy and Bellamy to fight each other again. for something that's like important to both of them or whatever, right? And we're not getting that storyline, or at least seemingly so. We're getting Barto moving up from B block.
I also feel like maybe it's just a Luffy being Luffy thing, but at a certain point, Bellamy is having a tough time. I don't remember if it was when he started fighting Bartolomeo, or because I think that was really the only point where he started struggling. I think he pretty much gave the hands to everybody else.
Yeah.
But at one point, Bellamy's getting kind of fucked up by Bartolomeo, and we cut to Luffy, who's sitting there watching the fight, and he like remembers the time on Jaya, and then what Bellamy said to him 1.5 episodes ago about how he doesn't care about what Luffy did back on Jaya anymore. He's just kind of moved on with his life. And for some, Luffy, I guess, because I keep wanting to say Garp and I don't know why. Bellamy has moved on. Luffy's like, oh, I guess I can move on too. And so now Luffy is just on Bellamy's side. He's like cheering for Bellamy to get up and fight back and dig deeper. Gambare!
I think,
but
for me,
I don't know. It just doesn't feel like earned.
I think for me, what has drawn Luffy's attention is when part of the discussion that they had was Bellamy admits to him, he's like, yo, I saw the Sky Island. That shit is real. And I think what that says to Luffy is that he's obviously a changed person, and maybe Luffy's making some assumptions about his character, but I think it takes a lot for a character like Bellamy to go from, when we first meet him, he's just this shithead guy who's just he sticks around on Jaya to be the big fish in a little pond, craps all over Luffy's dream, is like the antithesis to Luffy, more or less, in terms of like what a pirate is and how they should act and things like that. And then, rightfully giving Bellamy the fucking comeuppance he deserves. And watching Bellamy just kind of, I guess, in some capacity, humble himself throughout his journey, where he's like, yeah, man, I should have loved your dream, but like, I saw the Sky Island. That shit is real. Like, Bellamy's entire world is turned upside down, and Luffy recognizes that and has recognized that change in him. And maybe he's made some assumptions due to that, and he's just vibing with the new Bellamy.
See, I might agree with that, but there's also immediately after Bellamy says he went up to Skypiea, Luffy gets really worried that because he knows Bellamy's a villain, he gets worried that Bellamy might have gone up there and fucked some shit up, which seemingly, not that Luffy knows, but seemingly he might have, because he stole like a gold pillar from somewhere up there. So there's a semi-decent chance Bellamy went on a rampage of some kind, or when he went up, he just happened to find like that gold city or whatever and took a pillar out of a house or whatever. But he has that moment where he says something like, you made it up to the Skypiea. You didn't cause trouble up there, or something to that effect, I think. And Bellamy just kind of shrugs, gives him that like weird tongue wiggle, and goes, who knows? And so I feel like at that point, Luffy should still kind of be on guard that this is not a good guy, even if they do have that moment a minute later where Bellamy's like, yeah, I moved past all this. I'm not like trying to take revenge or anything. I'm just trying to move up in the Don Quixote family. And for some reason, I guess that just wipes the slate clean in Luffy's head. I don't know. It just feels weird that he would start cheering for Bellamy. Maybe at that point he's just joined Team Fuck Bartolomeo, but it feels more like he's actually siding with Bellamy as a kind of good guy.
I understand your line of thinking and why that seems odd to you. And I don't really have an answer for it. However, I will say that Luffy is just an incredible judge of character, as I'm sure you're well aware of. So maybe Bellamy will surprise you down the road. That's what I'll say.
I'll keep my mind open to it, but honestly, if I don't see Big Knife anytime soon, I'm gonna riot.
I mean, didn't we establish last week that like he ate Big Knife to get his growth spurt?
I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations.
Neither can
All
Bellamy.
I wish for is Big Knife. I bet Bellamy's got something to say about Big Knife, but as of right now, we got nothing.
I think there's something to be said if what I said is true, that Luffy being such a great judge of character, we can therefore make the assumption that maybe Bellamy has made a change of heart, right? Let's presume good guy Bellamy arc is going strong right now. He still wants to join Doflamingo's crew. Now, that can mean a bunch of things. Maybe Doflamingo swindled him in some capacity, or, Bellamy sees him for who he is and he just doesn't care. He just wants to be part of the family for whatever reason. I think there's an interesting story there.
I mean, he kind of spells that out for us anyway, because he says that he's idolized Doflamingo and his family ever since he was a child.
That is true.
So he just wants to be, now that he's older and has the power to potentially join the family, he sees his opportunity and is trying his best to make his childhood dream come true. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of, I'm sure he knows that Doflamingo also not a very good guy. I'm sure he knows about a lot of the shadier sides of business that he deals with. So he probably just doesn't care. I'm not going to sit here and say that this is Bellamy's good guy arc when he has to know at least some of the shit that Doflamingo and his family get up to, and the stuff that he would have had to do to get to the position that he's in now.
I guess there's only one way to find out. Time will tell,
Yeah, it's going to be a long arc, so I'm sure we'll be seeing more of Bellamy at some point.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What do you think of the King's Punch? I personally felt very underwhelmed.
Yeah, who cares?
They have that flashback. He tore down a fort in a country. Bro, he couldn't even take out the Colosseum.
Yeah, he didn't even
make it to the crowd.
I know Bartolomeo took the brunt of the hit with the barrier, but it should have gone like around the barrier at least a little bit. And so, but we just get, big dust cloud or whatever, and there's the groove that's made in the Colosseum floor, but it just seems like Bartolomeo's barrier just sucked up all the impact, even though it should have been wider than the barrier. He only made the barrier wide enough to cover his body from damage, and that beam was very clearly wider than that area. So there should have been some collateral damage to the left and right in the Colosseum stands, but there wasn't. So I don't know, maybe Bartolomeo's barrier does have some kind of absorbing feature to it. I don't know. Either way, I don't think the King's Punch is anything. It's shit. It's not all that. You have that, like you said, they have that whole flashback. He does indeed in that flashback take out an entire fort it just crumbles like it was made of blocks, small wooden blocks from when I'm a child. It just falls over when he punches the air. This King's Punch is nerfed. Maybe that was him in his prime. He hasn't had a King's Punch in a while or something like that. Maybe he's out of practice. But either way, the King's Punch ain't shit as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Do you have any thoughts about the Barto and his body barrier fruit?
I don't know. I want to say it's broken, but then Bellamy just somehow gets a hold of him. Don't know how he did that, but
I'm convinced Barto caught a finger cramp and he couldn't cross his fingers anymore.
Right. Sure.
What an interesting explanation he gives, if even you can even call it that. Where when he reveals his power, he's like, children can protect themselves by crossing their fingers. Everybody knows that. So that's basically his explanation for his fucking power. Is like, I cross my fingers and I protect myself from everything. And I'm like, I'm curious. What the hell? Oh, did I just get drops from Discord?
Hello?
Okay, I'm back. We're good. How much did you hear me say?
I heard you go. It's almost like, and that was it. It was silence, and I was like, hello.
I don't even know what I said after that. When I heard my Discord make a sound of me clearly dropping from the server, I scared all the information out of my own brain. What was I talking about?
It was Bartolomeo crossing his fingers, and how he explains it away as, oh yeah, all the kids know, all the kids be crossing their fingers, bro. That's not what the kids are doing. Kids don't do that. So they cross their fingers like that when they're telling a lie. That's what they do. Yeah,
maybe
I promise
it's like a
I didn't
Japanese
take that
cultural thing
candy.
and I'm not knowing about, you know?
Maybe it is. You could be right. That is a possibility. But yeah, I just wow. This is great. Discord hates you and I love it. This makes some real good content. Discord's got great timing too for when you're talking.
Always.
Because like
Never such a bad thing.
every time it happens, you're in the middle of a sentence and it's not as funny as you trying to explain Fishman karate, but this is
iconic moment. Discord was a paid actor that night. Holy shit.
Top 5 podcast moment.
Absolutely.
Undeniably.
Another quick Google search here. Talking about Barto's fruit real quick. Little thing says, the sign Barto performs with his fingers when summoning his barrier is commonly known in Japan as a gesture to either repel bad things or provoke others by saying they are being repelled as they said bad things. Whoever wrote this needs, maybe my brain's broken or I don't know. But basically, the way I think of this in like Western culture is kind of like when you make a cross with your fingers, like be gone, evil spirit kind of thing. Kind of the same energy. The gesture is a common taunt for school-age children and delinquents. Children and delinquents, because apparently those are not one and the same.
He definitely falls under delinquent.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll say that much.
Barto is so cool. Barto, I haven't watched this arc in a long time, and I kind of forgot about this character a little bit. Barto might be my favorite character of the arc so far. This was cool.
I want to say that sounds like a wild take, but he has one of the strongest personalities so far, so I guess it's not that hot. You know what is hot though?
What's hot?
Did you see him?
Oh, I saw him. Did you see him?
I mean, I feel like you should know that I saw him if I'm asking you if you saw him.
Episode 636, around the 7-minute 18-second mark.
A certain man panda showed up, baby.
Yeah,
He's
baby.
back.
He's back.
We've finally gotten a panda man after so long.
You know it's important because the episode wiki page has a special note made in the page saying a panda man is seen in the crowd during blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, it's big, it's real big.
It's time. Panda Man, it makes his appearance again when Bartolomeo throws a fake. He throws a ball into the stands, but because his reputation precedes him, everybody thinks it's a bomb, and so they start panicking. And in one of the shots of people panicking, you see a very scared panda man crouching down, hiding, trying to take cover from what is believed to be imminent explosion. And it's fairly noticeable. Not super hidden. One of the easier panda men to discern. So I'm just happy he's graced us with his presence again, because I've been waiting for it. There are so many shots in these episodes of just crowds and crowds of people, and I'm like searching for him like a hawk every time, and it finally has paid dividends.
I'm thinking of this SpongeBob meme, or it's not even a meme, it's just a moment from the episode. I forgot what the context of the episode was, but fucking Patrick and SpongeBob are like scanning over like a paper, and their eyeballs are literally fucking tracing over the shit.
Oh man,
that was you.
That episode? Yeah, that's me with the Dressrosa arc so far, trying to make sure I don't miss a Panda Man, because it'd be so easy to just in so many opportunities just sneak a Panda Man through. Man, what was that? It's killing me now with what that SpongeBob episode was about, what they were pouring over. Anyway.
Speaking of crowd characters, it just reminded me. I came across some information. I didn't get to write it down, so I'm going to loosely describe what I remembered. But in the crowd, there is a woman that is constantly panned over to. She constantly like covers her face in like shock and awe or fear, and then will like open her hands to like peep through. She has a name. She was given a name in an SBS question, and she commonly reoccurs throughout Dressrosa, or at least within the Colosseum bits. And it was made note of that for some reason the animators constantly change her appearance, particularly with her hair color. So I would
like in those same episodes, or just across One Piece.
I think it's like across One Piece, or like within this arc, right? Like I know someone mentioned that like at some point she has pink hair. I don't remember what her like quote unquote correct appearance is, but it changes, and I want to like go back and like try and keep track of it. Maybe next week I'll come back with more finite details of this character. I remember I came across it the other day, just reading about.
I also just want to rewind us a bit because I don't think we mentioned it when we were catching up with all of the different scenes in the beginning of 635.
I completely forgot about the Sunny incident.
Yeah, so there we have the Sunny Protection Squad, and which is made of Chopper, Brook, not Robin, Nami, and
Momonosuke.
The Momonosuke. Thank you. It starts out relatively harmless with Momonosuke playing Shogun, and Chopper is like his retainer, and Brook doesn't want to play, but Chopper convinces him, saying that Momonosuke has some terrible trauma and is trying to suppress it by playing, when in reality he's just taking every opportunity to be able to fondle Nami without her realizing.
It could be both.
I mean, sure, it could, but
I think we've seen instances
first
that clearly indicate that Momo has seen some shit, and he's definitely got some. He's got something high. He's got some demons hiding in him, you know.
Yeah, well, he something about the way his devil fruit affects him, because he makes a big deal out of not wanting to fly again or even transform into a dragon, I think. So I think it's probably just deep-seated from his time at Punk Hazard, but I digress. He's specifically taking these moments to stay as close to Nami as possible. But in these moments, after Brook plays a banger of a song, by the way,
always,
they start hearing noise from inside the men's cabin, where somebody has just dropped a shit ton of acid. So they've dropped so much acid that it's now no longer affecting them. It's also affecting their surroundings, because they open up the door to this fucking men's dorm area, whatever they refer to it as, and everything is just rainbows and twisting around in circles. It has entered another dimension, and we have yet to find out what exactly has happened.
Do you have any guesses? I'm very curious.
I'm not a fucking clue. Someone's got the acid fruit, I'm convinced, and it's not acid in the sense of like poison. Someone
is
melting.
Dropping some fucking LSD.
It's drug acid.
Facts.
Absolutely.
I support this theory 100%, by the way.
So ridiculous. I love it though, because if it is drug related, we've got drug lord Chopper and avid what's the word I'm looking for, hippie Brook. So we're gonna have a great time. I think I think whatever is happening there might not be a threat in any way, and it'll be some kind of goofy companion a la Kinemon from Punk Hazard at the beginning of Punk Hazard, when he's just a fucking head or torso. Or no, head, then legs, then he gets his torso. Something like that. I'm feeling goofy vibes from whatever it is that's in there, and I'm here for it. I want it. I want them to all drop acid.
Is there anything else I missed that you want to cover?
I feel like that's it.
Okay. Next week we'll be covering episodes 639 to 641. Do you have any remaining quotes?
I think I have one more, although we've kind of more or less covered this as well. When Don Chinzhao is just listing all of the things that Garp has done to wrong him, and there were a couple other things thrown in there also. I think he mentions wanting to kill Dragon, or something Dragon might have done to him. I don't remember anymore, but the quote is, "None of those things are my fault." And then he turns to Cavendish. "I'm Lucy, by the way." with like a really, really worried look on his face, that he's hopeful that Cavendish will still believe him, but he knows in his heart of hearts that Cavendish ain't taking that shit anymore, because I think at this point Cavendish might have even drawn his sword, and so Lucy is just like, I have nothing to say anymore. This is it. I like that moment of self-reflection he has a little later too, where after everything's gone down and he's just hanging from the windowsill, he's like, "Man, and I even promised Frankie I wouldn't let anybody find out about me." It didn't take 20 minutes It was a half hour at best. and he got found out.
Absolutely.
Well,
My quotes that I got here. One's from Barto. I don't even want these shitheads to like me, and that's a fucking mood and a half. Love it. And the last one from my boy Hack. This one he's like fucking squaring up with some random schmuck that he's about to fucking one punch. He says, "Poor man, you're like a puppet who can't speak in words of his own." And I was like, damn, that's deep, bro. That's sick burn.
Yeah, because he like insults Fishman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some guy being super racist and then gets fucking dealt with.
Yeah, and then Hack gets dealt with.
Poor Hack, bro. Justice for Hack, man.
Justice for fucking Hack, man. It's garbage.
Garbage. Golden Ham. Were you thinking about anybody?
I can't lie. I don't really. I came in here to vibe. I came in here hoping that somebody else would have a Golden Ham pick that I can argue with or side with, because I didn't really feel a Golden Ham pick right off the bat after watching the episodes.
So my thoughts. I think like first gut reaction, I'd be like, yo, Barto, I loved him. That's a vibe. However, I think me and you can come to the agreement, given our discussion tonight, that as a small consolation prize, Hack should win Golden Ham. My boy deserves it.
I am super down to award Hack the Golden Ham for compensation. This can be his best effort award. Although I like to think that the Golden Ham is maybe a little more prestigious than the You Tried Your Best award, but
hey man, in this case, I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy Hack. Hack was cool, even like I think it says something that me and you both appreciated Hack's appearance and contribution to the story, despite like all of the things working against him.
Yeah, and also he references Jinbei.
Hell yeah.
He's a Jinbei fan, and I can get behind that.
Hell yeah. Hack the Fishman, winner of
Master
this week's
of
Golden Ham.
Fishman Karate and Fishman Jiu-Jitsu.
Shout out to Hack, bro. Love
but
that.
doesn't do any of the cool like water bullet moves or anything like that.
He wasn't given the opportunity to. I'm telling you, man, he was nerfed for no fucking reason.
Yeah, I mean, like he didn't have to use it on the small fry, and then he goes after Bartolomeo, breaks his hand, so he can't even use it anymore.
Tragic.
Garbage, right?
Absolute garbage. Moving on to fan mail. We got a quick little email from our listener Brian, who honestly. It's not even, I mean, it's an email, but like, it's just a quiz.
Oh, okay.
That's it. That's the entire content of the email here. And since you're the only participant, here you go. Question number 1. What place did Gaimon get
They don't even preface it. They just emailed a bunch of questions.
Literally, Brian, at blah, 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 blah. Quiz time. Number 1, question. And then, we just roll into it.
All right.
Wasted no time.
All right.
Question number 1. What place did Gaimon get in the world's top 100? Margin for error plus or minus 3. There are no multiple choices. Good luck.
I want to say Gaimon was somewhere around the 40s or 50s. I guess, assuming they're going off of, because I remember this was mentioned, I don't know if it was the last time we did this end of arc thing with the popularity contest or the one before that, but assuming they're going off the latest one where I'm pretty sure he was mentioned, I'm going to say Gaimon was like 43.
Ooh, so not close. Kind of. Anyway, Gaimon was number 60 on that list.
Oh, well, I overestimated him. I thought for sure he was in the top 50.
He should have been, honestly.
All right. Well, I don't know about that. I just remember there being a lot of nonsense up in that top 50, and Gaimon easily could have been up there like a whoop slap. All right. You got me on that one, Brian. What else we got?
Question number 2 here is, how many of the Straw Hats are originally from the East Blue? We
got originally from the East Blue. So Luffy, Usopp, Zoro, Nami.
That's all correct.
Sanji came from like West Blue or something. So yeah, 4.
That's all correct. Congratulations.
Yay. Knowledge.
Final question here. In Romance Dawn 2, this is the predecessor series from predecessor to One Piece. It was a series of one-shots. Who gave Luffy his straw hat?
I don't know.
I'll make sure this is a character you have seen in the One Piece show. That one-shot is obviously clearly different, but you at least know this character.
I'm gonna I guess I'm gonna make the assumption that it's not Shanks. So maybe it's something wild like Zoro gave it to him. I'll say that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say that. Some crazy shit where Zoro had a straw hat for some reason and gave it to him.
Incorrect. Apparently, Garp gave him a straw hat in Romance Dawn 2.
Oh, okay. Not the wildest thing that could have happened. He's Gold Roger adjacent, Shanks adjacent. That fits, I guess. I can see it.
That's the last question here. Also, I want to apologize to Brian. I just kind of read like the name in the email itself, like your handle or whatever. But Brian signs off as best wishes, Nicholas D. Cage.
Oh, he's in the Discord. Assuming it's the same guy. I'm pretty sure that's the handle he goes by in the Discord. You're
Apologies,
a hero.
Brian / Mr. Cage. I just couldn't help myself.
Did you see my wallet picture? Brian / Mr. Cage.
That's on our Instagram, by the way. And if you think it's not on our Instagram, it is. I made a post. Swipe to the right. It's in the last set. Like there's audio, like there's a whole audio clip explaining Christian's thing in the I think it was a Q&A part 2, right?
Yes.
Or part 2.5.
Yeah, he didn't call it that, though. It was like part 2.
Not. It was just even more part 2 or whatever. Anyway, it's in there. There's a whole clip of Christian explaining what's in his wallet, and then you get to see the beautiful picture, front and back, of, Christian's picture of Nicolas Cage. But thank you for the email, Brian / Mr. Cage. Love and appreciate you. Hope to see you right back to us soon, where you tell me that I'm a goon for using your legal name or something like that. I don't know. But moving on, Patreon shout outs once more to Twigo and Easy Life for being our producers and financial backbones of this podcast that you all seem to enjoy.
Thank you.
So be sure to thank them if you ever come across them in, your time in our Discord, or, if you bump into them in real life.
And go watch the Panda Views that we have been doing for their movie recommendations.
Those are good times.
We've got a backlog of them now. Some the good, bad, and the ugly over there. We got it all.
Absolutely. But this time, moving on to the grab bag. I put my hand in the last time, I think. So
you did do that. I think. I'll reach into the bag.
Right,
let's take a little. Okay, I'm feeling wet already. Did we? Okay, did you wash the bag? I don't know. We need a new gimmick, maybe. But
brains.
Okay, I'm pulling out this. It's like a wet wipe. Did you leave the?
Wow, that sounds awful. Mostly because I assumed it was used for some reason. Don't like that imagery in my head.
I mean, no, it looks relatively clean, but it is written on. So someone decided to wipe off like a marker board or something with a list of grab bags on it, and it must have been this experimental one called Jukebox.
Nice. So for those of you who may remember us reading an email from our listeners, Zach, probably 100 episodes ago, almost exactly. Zach wrote us an email, and he mentioned an idea for a grab bag component that we did kind of test out in that episode, but we did kind of say hey, we should give this a good grab bag try, see where it ends up. And I listened to that episode, reminded myself that we actually said that. So Zach, sorry for waiting so long, but this is going to be our earnest shot at trying a jukebox request. Patent pending. Zach, let us know how you feel about our attempt here, if you want to make any changes to it, because this is all your idea, not ours. But to refresh everyone's memory, quick and dirty explanation. Zach basically said, we pick a character or a group of characters from One Piece, and we decide what type of music they would listen to. The answers can be as broad or specific as we want, and we could also make either specific or broad prompts if we felt like that would be more fun. So for this week, I decided it would just be a cool idea to keep it simple, and we're just gonna come up with music recommendations / ideas that we think Bartolomeo would, kind of vibe with. I'll go first. When I look at Barto, I clearly see an edgy kid, right? This guy is clearly into punk rock or hardcore music, but I
agree.
The shittiest kind, like objectively bad music. When I think of hardcore music, 9 times out of 10, those people can't fucking sing. They're maybe good at playing instruments, but then the whole point of their existence is to just yell about shit at the top of their lungs, but not even well or skillfully. It's just grown burly men just yelling, and then they're just getting the crowd to fucking fuck each other up. That's it. That's what Barto's into. He just likes some of the
I get this
edgiest but
mental
also shittiest
image.
music.
I get this mental image of a kid who, could dress as just like that. Maybe if they were even edgier, it'd be more black, but definitely dressed like that with like the leather coats or whatever, jacket, pants, and they got a guitar for their birthday or something, and they maybe, like you said, they can play, but I'm getting this like band camp vibe of just screaming and having it being so ear grating, or like an almost I want to call it like industrial, but that feels like the wrong thing to say, where just he gets his friend who used to bang on pots and pans when they were younger and said, here's a drum kit, you're the drummer now, and it just sounds like absolute garbage. And they post all their stuff on Bandcamp and they think it's fire, and they send it to people and they're like, listen to this new thing we just dropped, and it's awful. And somehow they get a gig at a local club and they play and it's awful and people hate it.
Barto and the Cannibals are selling out at Denny's, bro.
Barto and the Cannibals. That's so bad. That's awful, and it fits so perfectly, and I hate it. I hate Barto for it. This undeniably punk kid, without a doubt.
With horrible ear for music and possibly worse taste. Somehow,
for sure,
but I still like Barto. He's cool. He needs help,
and it's and the lyrics and stuff they sing about very fuck the system esque, which I guess is kind of the definition of punk anyway. But we know how we it's
meant to be like fuck the system, anti-establishment, but with an air of like first world child problems.
Yeah,
where it's like,
but also like fuck you, the person listening to this. Also, I don't care if you listen to this song.
It's all wrapped up in itself. It's wild. It's like, fuck the government, but also fuck my mom for taking away my sidekick, but also fuck you because you suck too.
Fuck you for listening to this. You don't deserve to listen to my music. And then they
fucking sheep.
I don't know. They go into the chorus or whatever, and it sucks.
I think we nailed it.
That's
we
definitely
absolutely
Barto.
nailed this.
I think for sure.
Analysis of Bartolomeo's character.
Yeah, I think this was the lowest hanging fruit, but it fits so well. And it fits too well. Now I'm imagining, instead of Bartholomew just sitting there like taking a nap during the fight for B Block, instead he pops in some AirPods and is just listening to his own shitty music that entire time, and he's like air drumming and strumming his guitar and the whole time. People are just like, what are you doing? Go fight. Somebody kill this guy already, please. His music sucks. He won't fight. I'm here for blood. And all I'm getting is this shitty interpretive dance. Anyway, that's Bartholomew.
Great. That's Bartholomew. That's been Jukebox Requests. Zach, feel free to write back to us if you listen to this anytime soon and let us know what you think. If we could, if there's room for improvements, or if we're completely misrepresenting your idea, let us know. And for anybody else who wants to tell us how we did tonight, you can email us at pandasightings@gmail.com. If you want to reach out to us on socials, on Twitter and Instagram, you can also do so at pandasightings on both those platforms. We have a Discord filled with lovely community members just as yourself who may or may not be in it. There's a link to that in our bio on all our platforms, in the description of this podcast episode, and wherever you listen to it. We have a Patreon. If you wish to financially support us, it means the world to us. It really does help us a lot. Helps us to, one, keep the show self-sustaining, and also, every once in a while we do cool stuff in our Discord, and helps us come up with new ideas and fun other stuff. We have a position open for one more producer in our producer tier. We keep it open to only 3 people because we do not want any more people wasting this much money on us, though we greatly appreciate it. We also have a merch shop at redbubble.com/pandasightings. You can buy stickers, or you can buy a bottle with Redfoot Zeph's pickled leg on it. Shout out to Taco. You were the first person to buy that. I hope you liked it. And I think that's all the social plugs, right? Am I missing anything?
I blacked out, so I'm just going to trust that you did your job correctly.
Me too. I think I did better than the last time. I remember the last time I missed fucking everything. But yeah, that's our show tonight. Remember when Juan said we should do a quick and easy 45 minutes?
I scoffed very loudly and chuckled. That's cute.
As we're here sitting at double the time.
Yep.
Anyway, bye.
Oh yeah, we should probably end that, huh? Press the little red stop button. I bet you love that, wouldn't you? You love when I push your buttons, don't you?
I bet you love knowing that like every time almost every episode where we end, you're the last person to speak before we get the boom.
Oh, it's great. Sometimes I let Devin do it just so he has a little something to like keep him going, make him feel good, because he fucks up the socials every time. So like I gotta let him have some kind of win at the end. It's fun. We have fun here. We do a little trolling,
Yeah.
It's for the hardcore listeners who listen even after the plugs,
Mm-hmm.
They see that the podcast still has like a good minute on it or whatever. Those are where some of the best bits come from.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe in other podcasts anyway. Ours maybe not, maybe less so, but I try my best sometimes.
I feel like for other podcasts, they really put the ads.
I've listened to a lot of podcasts where they end up in the middle though.
I feel like I get them everywhere, but
not that it stops me from skipping them anyway, but
true.
Did you actually stop recording earlier? Am I just talking to the void right now?
No, I was ready to press the stop button and then you kept going. I was like, I don't think I should.
Oh, okay. Good. This is great. Although maybe it would have been funnier if I had just been talking to the void this entire time. Although there would have been weird gaps of just dead space. You know what? I'm going to press stop now. This is getting old. Bye.
Bye.